we have a former Olympian to take us through some training sessions. This is why doing this series is so awesome. Each person I meet challenges me on a new training technique I have never done before. Good morning, g'day. On this series, if you didn't know, first time joining us, we train with a hybrid athlete. We go through their progressions, their training philosophy, and their nutrition, where I hop in and help them understand a few little things they can do to adjust to improve their performance. So we've had a bunch of different athletes so far, and here in Austin, we're back at Yellow Jacket Stadium for my man, Matt Choi. Come on now! Matt Choi is not your average runner. Let's go, baby! Former football player, transformed himself into this consistent, dedicated, passionate individual in the place of running. Back in 2022, the New York City Marathon, I'm at the start line. Amongst the crowd and excitement, there's one dude. This dude is providing more energy to the crowd than they are to him. That is what Matt brings to the sport. Come on! He's done everything from marathons, ultra marathons. He's done Leadville. He ran from Seoul to Busan in South Korea in 10 days, which is 393 miles and at least a marathon a day. Enter my guy, Matt Choi.
What's up, people?
Welcome to YouTube, bro. You know YouTube.
I know YouTube a little bit. I'm trying, baby.
Matty, what do we got today, bro?
Well, Dan just told me, he was like, yo, I have 8K today. So I was like, all right, well, I don't have 8K. But today I figured we do a little bit of like track mobility, kind of warm up stuff. And then we can still get the volume of 8K in.
Yeah.
I might hit a couple 400s just to kind of get ready for a TSP. But I mean, honestly, today I think it'd be a fun way for both of us to kind of like learn something new, implement some of these like track specific movements into kind of marathon Hyrox training. But yeah, that's kind of the plan today.
Yeah, I feel like I look to you for a lot of mechanical stuff. I honestly do. Like I look at your stride, I look at your running efficiency. You know, you run a lot. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking to you for in today's episode. But I think a lot of people back home, like they look to you in general for everything running. So
I hope so. Stay out of trouble, people.
What I'm excited for today in our running effort, our AM workout, he's taking me through some mechanical efforts on the track. So not just doing a track workout, but taking me through his warm-up, little tweaks that we can do to improve our stride and then overall our running efficiency.
So much of track is, it's the prep before doing the work. But I think with running, it's so easy to just do like your 3K warm-up, 1 mile warm-up, and then be like, all right, I'm just gonna run 800s. Like the same thing with Lucy.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't warm up.
Yeah.
And like, granted, this is super detailed. Like, you might not have time for this.
Totally.
But this then becomes part of your movement prep for a workout, like in the gym. Skip, arms cross, touch each side, and he would just do that for like 100 meters.
Oh, really?
Then there's like a side shuffle, backward walks, dribbles, which dribbles are just like the low.
Yep.
Like a lot of the track guys do.
Sick.
Karaoke, and then backward skip. So now we're just take that same skipping pattern, now bring it back.
So today we have a former Olympian himself and an amazing track coach to take us through some training sessions.
Overall, like mobility, which is within the elasticity, is going to help you. So even if like all the dynamics that he just took you through, because what happens is like the body, when you're just running, it's fine, but everything just constricts.
Yeah.
And when everything constricts, then you just, you know, your knees are here versus here, or here.
To Leo's point, Leo is telling me like my knees don't get high enough because I'm not fully expressing like even the knee drive.
Gotcha.
Because I'm getting comfortable in my gait of just running like whatever marathon pace or whatever pace.
This is why doing this series is so awesome. Each person I meet challenges me on a new skill or a new training technique I have never done before.
has a strong engine, and he can
Yeah.
like, he could just grind through fitness.
Yeah.
But like, it's not the most efficient in the middle to the end part of the races, where I think is where this can like help you get more efficient to that point. Like,
100%.
you should look just as easy in the back half of the marathon as the front half.
100%.
Correct.
It should look the same.
Should look exactly the same.
Should look the same.
You know, and off the bat, I can just tell you, you have like, it looks like you have great lung capacity. So your lungs and all that's probably going to feel really good, but it's like the bottom half. That's what we have to work.
So this next bit, I'm actually going to do a lap of the track. I wouldn't call it a 400 because Matt's doing a classic 400. I'm going to put some of the stuff that coach just, taught us more about the foot striking and the floating into action. So you probably see me go on the track looking a little bit like thoughtful in the way that I'm moving. But I guess like this is actually, I'm excited to do that because over time, I've been doing everything else, and I felt like after these kind of sessions, you're like, well, you still have one arm tied behind your back in doing so. So if I'm doing this speed and I'm doing these efforts in this amount of time, what happens when I unlock this all part of the potential? And that's why you do these things to, as we've always said, to find your weakness.
How'd that feel?
Awkward, but like in a good way.
Did you feel the difference when I'm like, okay?
Yeah. Like, I felt slightly efficient, but then, like, as I'm doing, my thought process is, like, I'm trying not to overthink it too much.
Yeah.
But like, I definitely felt when you came over here, I was like, oh wow, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely using too much energy.
Yeah, because what happens, right? Your body's learned that you can bounce up.
Totally.
Right, but what if you light lean forward and start working with gravity?
Totally.
Just a little bit.
Totally.
You don't have to fall, right? But
No.
light lean forward, and then also it kind of starts setting your hips in a certain way.
Yeah.
As you and I have talked more about carbohydrates, and then as I'm reading this book, Racing Weight, like, replacing carbs with protein as soon as possible is just my goal.
Yeah.
So getting that with this kind of protein oat first, with then a bunch of fruit. Like, this consistency, I think is like, it's watery, so I'm gonna put this back in the microwave.
Cool. So this is really, really cool.
I'll probably go 20.
When it comes to heat and protein, some proteins do not respond well to heat. So, when you're adding it to, say, an existing pot, it's better because it cools it down. But if you're reheating it back up again, some of them can be denatured. The best forms of protein you're going to have adding to heat would be collagen, particularly ones that have been, well, that's a much better consistency. So like, it's all well and good, you have beautiful chocolatey flavor, but you may be getting less protein.
What do you think?
At the end of the day, it's not how much protein, fat, carbs, or even micronutrients you take on, it's actually how much you absorb. So you may add a scoop of, say, 25 grams protein. Realistically, you may only have 17 grams absorbed from that. It's delicious. Fucking good. Fruit, chocolate protein, oats. I find it like the preparation style, like,
Could be better.
No, I think it's so bro. It's so normal. Like, I'd be very curious how many people actually do microwave over stovetop. I reckon majority of people would be microwave, without a doubt. Easy, less hassle,
Less clean up.
Yeah, exactly. Now that's a better crema, a little bit more color, there's a bit more tan to it, it's tighter. I'm kind of excited for this one. Oh, dude, that's a nice coffee. Now, this is not the first time I've actually ever helped Choy with his nutrition. About 6 months ago, he outlined to me what he was eating and how consistently, for how big he is and how much exercise he does, he was falling well short on carbohydrates.
Where are we at, man? How are we feeling, like, before we go into the day? You reckon you've upped your carbs? You feeling...
I mean, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think up the carbs from a full day standpoint, but also from a pre-workout standpoint.
I reckon you're definitely getting around, like, I'd say 320 grams, 350 grams of carbs.
Yeah.
I think you are, which is great.
Is that a good number to be at?
Compared to where you were, yeah. And based on the amount of exercise you're doing, yeah. I think, like, I feel very comfortable with that. I do like the fact that you've minimized your fat now around your workouts.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. I think now it's like, okay, well, what's next to adjust? Really happy where you've come from carb land, but I think next thing is like, we need to get more dietary fiber in. I actually discussed this with Fonzie as well. But I do wonder if you're getting enough dietary fiber range. And the reason I say that is because you've got like the protein push as well in the lunch with the 4 eggs. You have a protein push with like sausage or whatever it is. You got avocado, which is good. You got your berries in the morning. You got your banana, and you may have your veg at night time. I still think there's some ways to add like a little additional micronutrients in there, or the 5th macronutrient. But this is getting to the pointy end. Like, I think overall you've got a pretty good athletic diet. Like, you look for carbs and protein, and then your sources of fat, all of which are very dominant. My thing would be like, can we get like 3 more plants in your day?
Yeah. No, I think that's a fair. I can get more veg in. Wait, what best sources of fiber are going to be fruits and vegetables? No.
Depends on type of fiber you're after. So soluble fiber, fruits and veg, definitely. How good is that? You hit something.
All right, so we're here at the Collective, which is downtown, south part of South Congress, I would say, relative. And we're gonna do a Hyrox light sim. Main thing today to focus on is the tech of a particular exercise with a little bit of elevated heart rate, so you do get a bit of that neural fatigue. And today we're focusing on the burpee broad jump. Because Choy and I, we have a bit of work to do on the burpee broad jump. How's your burpee broad jump?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely cheat my form a little bit, so I'll be honest. People tell me in the comments often. I can clean it up, but I actually enjoy the burpee broad jumps. To be honest.
Cool. I enjoy them, except don't go out too hard, and that's what I've been doing both times I've done this. And like, I send it, and then all of a sudden my heart rate's jacked. So we're gonna work on that today. We're gonna do essentially a nice little warm up, mobility warm up. We're then gonna get into the tech part before building out an actual Metcon, which is gonna be light. It's not gonna be your typical zone 4, which you may see us do, but again, all about pre-fatigue. How are those hammies? All right, nice easy warm up, a little bit sweaty.
A little bit.
I'm a little sweaty. And so we're gonna do the burpee broad jump tech. Now there's different ways you can look at this. I'm gonna continually evolve, continue to learn, ask the best, but I'm gonna work on the step up. I've always done the jump. I've always done the jump up.
Yeah.
Today I'm gonna work on the step up. I'm gonna see if we should do the step up.
I like
see how that goes. So the idea behind this is I typically get to the station, first 10 reps I go fucking hard and my heart rate's jacked. I'm gonna see if I can hold and maintain this step up technique more consistently. So we're just gonna start working on just a little fluid, progressive effort on this before we get into an actual effort on it, and then we'll get into our Metcon.
How are those carbs from that smoothie?
feeling good? Feeling the energy, baby?
I'm feeling it.
Choy's got a really good jump. Like his jump is class. He gets like probably an extra 20% on each of my jumps. It's really good.
This one I feel good on.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to put this one together on a solo.
That's the thing.
Yeah. On the solo, it's different. I can't go as hard.
Yeah.
I need to find the middle. Even with solo, my times are decent, but I'm gassed after.
Yeah. It's the thing.
run
It's
is
like
tough.
going from this into a run and then holding a 350.
Yeah.
Tough. So you almost like gotta keep the momentum going, but realize if you go too far past that like precipice of threshold, you crash because your heart rate's so high. The whole point of this was pre-fatigue, burpee broad jumps, get him into a position where it's kind of like race scenario where you're not coming up to it fresh, but still putting into position all the little things you were doing, the mechanics, just to be more efficient. That thing's not about trying to be the most explosive person. It's like 80 meters of just holding that one pace. If you go too hard, you spike your heart rate. You're not only holding on for the rest of the burpees, you're holding on for the rest of that Hyrox event. All right, squad, so we just finished up our session. How you feeling,
Bro, I didn't realize that we're signing up for hundreds of burpees today, bro.
That's what a tech session is, dude. But we
Grunt
definitely...
work.
Grunt work. I am sweaty. We've just ordered some food. We're going to pick that up. I definitely love that, though, the grunt work. You have to do the grunt. People don't want to do the grunt work. They generally don't want to do the grunt work.
Correct. I think there needs to be a balance of grunt work and technical work, but like Colin looks at that, my PT, he's in there, he's like there's no efficiency of movement pattern. There's like, it's just sloppy. It's just like, yo, you're running through the red line and just get as much as you can. But like part of Hyrox is that, so it is important to train it.
So we've earned our next set of fuel. So we're going to go smash that and then go do some contrast therapy.
Contrast is my favorite part of the day.
It's the best part, dude.
Yeah.
It's where you get wise and stoic.
Well, my contrast, there's just therapy sessions that happen there, but yeah, we can get wise as well during this one.
So team, that is a full day of training and understanding how Matt Choi lives like an athlete. He's got TSP, he's got his Worlds for Hyrox coming up, so hopefully a couple of those nutrition facts can help him on his way. I can tell you this much, Matt has definitely improved his food space ever since the last chat we had. But it's always good, and Matt's like definitely been someone I look to when it comes to specifically on running as well. So, dude, what a day,
Bro, it's legendary. We've had a day.
It's audio brand.
Yeah.
So if you want to check out some of the stuff Matt's doing on YouTube as well, if you haven't seen the stuff on TikTok or Instagram that Matt also has as well, we'll also leave those links. And we'll see you in the next epic video.
Peace.
Right, so now we're just